The women's basketball community has a question. Who is going to be the number one pick? And although there are tons of debates and conversation about who that person will be, there is a conversation about one player that kind of frustrates me, and that's Lauren Betts. In the beginning of her senior season, she has not started off nearly as dominant, and one could say that's due to the improved offense overall for UCLA, but some valid arguments about whether or not she's tough, whether or not she has a post moves, some of those arguments are going around, and then some of them are dumb, or at least dumb in my opinion. So I will be walking you through something that I find really vexing. The comparison from Lauren Betts to one Teaira McCowan and Kamilla Cardoso. I've watched several of Kamilla Cardoso's and Teaira McCowan's old college games and compared them to only the junior year output of Lauren Betts to see and ask one question. Are these big women all similar players? Or do they just have similar heights? It's the second one. It's the second one. But before we get to that, I do have to say, what is that height? What is that height? What is the name of that height? We're going to get it out the way. I hate myself for it. It's the height. The height of these two players are 6'7". That embarrassment out the way, I will be investigating the realities of these three players' skill sets and some interesting things that I looked or discovered about them on the way. So come and join me. It's going to be a long time, so sit back, relax, and we'll see. Do Kamilla Cardoso, Teaira McCowan, and Lauren Betts have more similarities with each other's games other than being Let's find out. Oh, okay, let's start off this thing investigating the defense first, because this is something that is a little bit more of a level playing field between the three. You want your big woman to go ahead and play good defense, and we'll be seeing how much good the defense really is, right? How much good their defense is. We'll see the defense, and we're starting with a hell of a play right here. Not for Teaira McCowan, but instead Sabrina Ionescu, because we are going all the way back to where 2018 Sabrina Ionescu and this Oregon State team, that Oregon team that was cooking, not the one that, unfortunately didn't win the championship, that was totally low and beat Team USA. But when Sabrina was still a little bit of a munchkin, recommend you guys watch some old tape. Anyway, we're starting off really jarring with Teaira McCowan, just with bad awareness down low, gets her body completely turned to the defense, and I'm not sure why she's not trying to defend the player, get closer to her defender, and instead is trying to play the passing lane, but instead she gets played because Sabrina Ionescu realizes that she's drifting towards the left and instead uses the pass to the right because Teaira McCowan can't see where the ball is because she's not looking towards the ball. Instead, she's trying to feel the pass, and Sabrina makes her pay for it. She goes left, Teaira McCowan does. The defender who can actually see the ball goes to the right, gets lost in the sauce, and generally speaking, that awareness, the awareness, lack of awareness shows up a little bit, a lot of it on Teaira McCowan's tape, unfortunately. It's one SEC championship. Asia Wilson obviously making an appearance. You just saw her, right? I think this is a year after South Carolina ended up winning the championship. Teaira McCowan, you're going to see her have very slow feet here. Not the slowest in the world, but enough to give her defender an open look. Post opportunity, defender fronts her, decides to take a step and to pull up in her face with it. Teaira McCowan's recovery, just always a step slow. That's something that you see a lot in Teaira McCowan's defense. She has a big body, but what about her consistently being able to just be aware of what's going on the court? And unfortunately, you see this a lot where she gets turned around, unfortunately, too. This is a little bit later in the same SEC championship. A'ja Wilson going ahead. Fast break opportunity. I've seen this before. Fast break opportunity. Teaira McCowan has the leverage for her defender. Her defender does have her speed. So there are a lot of different ways that Teaira can go here. Maybe she tries to cut off the defender. Maybe she tries to meet her at the basket. I think she tried to do one of the lazier approaches, was to try to slow her down, but instead of actually clearly like getting in front of her, she slows down here. The defender still has leverage and is able to outpace her towards the basket. Teaira McCowan has no other option than to foul the ball. It hits her teammate in the head. That's funny. But Teaira McCowan, because she put herself out of position, has no other option than to take a foul. And this is a big problem in this game, because unfortunately in this game, South Carolina knew that she was a defender that fouls a lot. And when you're big and you foul a lot, you don't want this to happen, especially in the SEC women's tournament, because you end up being out of the competition. You see this right here. A'ja Wilson directly attacks Teaira McCowan because she is not scared of her. She does not have the size advantage, but A'ja ain't no punk. She ain't never tacked down from a challenge, baby. In this case, it's Teaira McCowan that is challenged and put into a hole, doesn't have the quickest feet, is not able to position herself well for A'ja Wilson. A'ja is able to slink under her and kind of gets to the basket. Teaira has no choice but to foul, and Asia's hyped up because that's exactly what they want. Why? Teaira McCowan did not have a lot of minutes at all in this game, because you see her right here, 17-minute mark. Where is she? Teaira McCowan, missing poster alert. Where is she? She's on the milk carton, god damn it. Where's Teaira McCowan? That's Kiki Herbert Harrington. I met her at a park one time. Shout out to her. But a lot of time on the floor was passed, and Teaira McCowan was nowhere to be found, because unfortunately, although she attempts to play defense, if she does end up fouling a lot, and that fouling, along with just like a general inawareness down low, just not being completely aware. You see right here, Jordan Canada driving towards the basket on Morgan Williams. Shout out to Morgan Williams. She's a GOAT if y'all know who she is. But anyway, Jordan Canada driving towards the basket. Jordan Canada beats Morgan Williams, and just better positioning by Teaira McCowan, to an awareness in general to make sure to feel Jordan Canada. Even though Jordan does make a good move, I feel like Teaira could just be a step back, and her slow foot, not even slow footedness, just slow awareness, bad awareness, makes it so that Jordan Canada has an easy look towards the basket now. Of course, Teaira McCowan, being a 6'7" player, just made Jordan Canada, I think, rush that just a little bit. So Teaira McCowan ends up looking good anyway, despite the fact that it was not a good rep at all by Teaira McCowan. Generally speaking, you see that a lot on Teaira McCowan. The lack of awareness, and unfortunately, players are able to take advantage for her. We'll go to another clip a little bit later on. Mississippi State versus Baylor. Kalani Brown, 23, 24 points, only missed one shot with Teaira McCowan guarding her. Unfortunately, it is pretty easy to go ahead and do your thing defensively against Teaira McCowan. Let's look at Kamilla Cardoso. I don't know what my note for this one is, so we'll watch it together. I already clicked on it. I have no idea what's happening right here, but I think watching this whole play should be interesting, right? Angel is able to go ahead, and Angel, one thing she loves to do, she loves to get good positioning down low, because that's how she works. She operates, she seals the defenders, and unable to get into good sealing position because Kamilla is not entertaining that, right? Good job, Angel Reese. One thing she's always going to do is she's always going to get a board. Kamilla Cardoso, generally speaking, does do a better job, much better than Teaira McCowan, a better job of playing with her hands up. But in this case, she does still foul a little bit. She has fouled out before. She's not perfect down low. But ultimately speaking, I wouldn't say she's like the Stanford girlies. Shout out to the Stanford girlies. I do love the standard girlies, okay? Let it be known, I love the Stanford girlies. But Kiki Iriafen and also Cam Brink, them girls love to foul, okay? Ain't nothing they love more than fouling, okay? Kamilla Cardoso does not foul nearly as much as they do. But still a little bit of an issue. I would say this is a great rep right here for Kamilla Cardoso, because one thing I love about Kamilla Cardoso, she's able to defend on the outside and in space a lot more, right? You see this right here, right? Kamilla, her defender is going ahead and getting the ball up high right here. And the defender wants to obviously get towards the basket. And that's what basketball is about. Getting to the basket, right? So her defender goes ahead, looks up, kind of says, okay, yeah, maybe I'm looking towards the basket. Maybe I'm looking to shoot. Kamilla Cardoso, she doesn't know how to control herself, control her things. She goes ahead, goes for the pump fake, but look at a good job of Kamilla Cardoso being disciplined, putting her hand up, but not biting for it completely, which allows her to, hey, the defender says, I got her on a pump fake. Maybe I got her slipping. You did not, man, because this is Kamilla Cardoso. She has a good job sliding in space, keeping in front of her defender, and is able to execute the block because of this. Amazing job in space. Kamilla Cardoso is better than most at making sure to keep her feet defensively, and there's a good example of it right here. I have plenty of examples all day if you need. I won't inundate you on all of them, but I'll inundate you in a lot of them right here. I want to make sure we don't have potato quality. Can we not have potato quality? Can I not have potato quality? Good! I like potatoes, but not like this. This play, oh man, if I will tell you anything about the defensive comparison between Teaira McCowan, Kamilla Cardoso, and Lauren Betts, Lauren Betts, an amazing defender. Teaira McCowan, she's okay defender. Kamilla Cardoso is a very good defender as well. But this play right here, I'm not sure either of those other girls can do what she does right here. Kamilla Cardoso is put into a bind because of the pick and roll opportunity that Tennessee goes into right here. Kamilla Cardoso plays this very well, right? She goes ahead and makes sure there's no driving lane for the ball handler, right? But she still has a responsibility for the roller. So Kamilla Cardoso goes ahead. Okay, I'm sliding to the left. Oh, I have to worry about my roller. Okay, cool. Make sure I go to the right. Boom. That's cut off. Does a good job sliding to the right and is still in good position to contest this shot. She has a little bit more leeway. She can be a little bit later because she does have a long wingspan. But again, she doesn't have to worry too much because this isn't her range. This isn't her move. She goes ahead. Boom. Bites on the pump a little bit, but just to make sure, hey, you're not taking this shot, right? One thing that's great is that the defender knows she got her biting on the pump fake. So what do I do in response? I go ahead. Let me see if I can get this entry pass in because it looks like that's what we're going with the play. Entry. Kamilla Cardoso does a good job guarding over here, shading on the defender, making this essentially a double team. But she still is over here guarding her defender in the switch, the flip of the hips, boy. It's flipping the hippity, the flippy, the hippie, the flippy, the hip, hobby, the don't stop. The flipping of the hips in this scenario is something that Lauren cannot do and Teaira McCowan cannot do in her dreams. This guarding in space is what makes Kamilla Cardoso so special. And when it comes to comparison to all of these players, nobody's better on the perimeter than Kamilla Cardoso. And what a great job, not only riding her defender all the way to the basket, but get that shit out of there. Ooh, love to see it. Ooh, great job. Perimeter game, Kamilla Cardoso is nice. And you know that the blocks are always going to be great too. I like Kamilla in space much better than Lauren because unfortunately, feet not very good. feet no very good when it comes to Lauren on the outside, right? And not no very good. I just mean she's a big woman on an island in a lot of different times. And you see this right here. Kayleen Smykel, she's guarded up on her because God knows whatever happened before this clip. I'm only doing clips. I watch these games, but I'm only giving you clips. So we find Lauren Betts in a precarious situation where Kayleen Smykel is going ahead and showing the fact that she's going to go ahead and shoot the ball, right? Lauren Betts not in great positioning. Let me close that space. And she goes and she bites heavy, hard on that pump fake. Now, Lauren does an okay job of recovering, but not really, honestly. Kayleen Smykel is in great position to go ahead and just curl her way to the basket, especially now that Dulce, I believe, is essentially blocking out. I believe that's Tamia Gardner. Right? But unfortunately, the exchange, a little bit messy, a little bit noisy. And because of that, Lauren is able to recover from this. Doesn't look that bad from it. But you see it again. Kayleen Smykel going ahead, putting Lauren Betts' defensive discipline on the perimeter to the test. Driving on the inside, the pump fake got you once. I'm a pump fake you again. And Lauren Betts, that girlie sure does bite on that. Kayleen Smykel can't do much with it. Tries to give it to her defender. Boom. And that's easy money. Can't go ahead and get the bucket. Will get the foul. On the perimeter, it's much easier to go ahead and make Lauren Betts pay. Quite simply spoken, she doesn't have the quickest feet for the perimeter game, or as quick as Kamilla Cardoso says, because Kamilla, mind you, is very special. That flip, that's why I highlighted the flip of the hips. Very special for her outside perimeter defender. But Lauren Betts, you'll see right here, again, another time where you don't want to see her on the perimeter. Kamilla Cardoso, she switched on the perimeter. I can live with that. You know, it'll probably be a favorable outcome. Pump fake. Lauren Betts, discipline on the perimeter, not as good. You should use her length more and realize that she doesn't have to bite as hard like Kamilla did, right? But instead, she falls for the pump. Maddie Dugan doesn't make her pay initially, but look at the space that is provided. She's probably going to pump fake. She doesn't really hit that shot. It's Maggie Dugan. Of course she hits this shot. She's 7 foot, baby. She hits it. Boom, bow, baby. 6'7" on you, boy. That's what happens when you have two big women going at each other, but that big woman sure does know how to shoot. Now, Lauren isn't totally lost on the perimeter, okay? Lauren isn't a total victim of perimeteritis, okay? And you're going to see this right here, okay? This is sophomore year. Again, I'm only using a junior and below when it comes to most of these clips for Lauren Betts. So this is not her final form. But as you see right here, switch occurs. Boom. Michaela Williams on Lauren Betts. I don't know about that. Because Michaela Williams, she won't blow by you, but I mean, she has a hell of a jump shot. We just saw what Maggie Dugan did. What will Michaela Williams do to Lauren? Well, Lauren Betts, better reaction skills than she did with Kayleen Smykel and also with the other player that we saw. I don't know her name. Michaela Williams, what she does, most jump shooters do, crossover, 2 dribble, pull up in a face with it. Good job right here from Lauren Betts, meeting her the entire way, keeping those feet active. She isn't totally useless on the perimeter. She slides her feet and she says, 2 dribble pull up. You can't do that. Kim Moakley in all of her sequence, enraged right now. You can't do that all the time with Lauren. She does have some perimeter skills, but between you and me, her versus Kamilla Cardoso on the perimeter, I'm going Kamilla Cardoso all day. But when it comes to her defense down low, it's really that where Lauren Betts tends to shine. Her defense down low. Okay, we're going straight potato quality here. I'm so sorry, guys, but all we have are potatoes right now. And you see right here, okay, guys, I want you guys, homework assignment. If there's one thing that you learn from here, you probably won't watch anything. I'm not sure if you're even watching this, but you watch me on this. please do yourself a favor and rewatch this LSU versus UCLA game. Beautiful. If you just want to look at Lauren Betts operate, not in terms of the game overall, it's still a very good game. There is a better game that we're going to talk about, but in terms of just like two players going at it, Lauren Betts and Angel Reese, this was a treat to see. And they're both players that know that leverage and ceiling are so important for positional skills, for position, and for making easy buckets down low. And this is great ball denial by Lauren Betts, getting lower than Angel Reese. How tall is Angel Reese? Angel Reese is 6'4". Angel Reese is able, without having a very diverse skill set when it comes to offensive production, she's able to win in matchups because she knows how to get low. And Lauren Betts, she knows how to get lower. 6'7" or not, she's still able to get low and just make it hard. Our Angel Reese right here. Our Angel Reese, and doing a good job ball denying, getting lower than her, and making it hard on Angel to score points. That was a battle between those two. I recommend that a lot. So when it comes to defense, who do I feel, what's the verdict in terms of similarities? Teaira McCowan, not on the same plane in terms of defensive awareness. She can be good down low and still, yeah, she's still a problem down low. I don't want to like not say that she's good. This is her doing a good number, I believe, on Asia Wilson, right? We'll see this. Teaira McCowan, she can play defense down low. Boom, make that shot tough for Asia Wilson. She can play down low. But overall, in comparison to Lauren Betts, a better perimeter defender. And not better perimeter defender, better down low defender. And I lean Kamilla Cardoso in space. When it comes to guarding on perimeter, Kamilla is just simply better. She just is. Speaking of being better, both Kamilla Cardoso and Lauren Betts are simply just better at passing. You will not see this in Teaira McCowan's game. This is where I took a lot of umbrage to the comparison between the three players, because the passing level of Lauren Betts and Kamilla Cardoso are not normal for their size. And we'll see this right here. We saw that immediately. Kamilla Cardoso in a pick and roll situation with, I can't see this. This is Bree Hall. Bree Hall gets double teamed. Good job, Bree, making sure she's not getting the ball snatched. As soon as Kamilla Cardoso gets the ball, she's noticing the fact. You see her eyes right here, blurry through it all. You can see her through the potatoes and all. You can see Te-Hina Paopao here on the perimeter, just going ahead, walking slowly, looking for that ball. She goes ahead, boom, makes the swing pass, and Te-Hina Paopao, nothing ends up coming from that. But more times than not, Te-Hina Paopao decides to just pull up in their face with it, right? That's not the only time we see skip passes from none other than Kamilla Cardoso. Let's look at this right here. All we have are potatoes, my friends. Let's get something else, okay? You see this right here. Malaysia Fulwali tries to go ahead and make something happen in the middle of the paint. Ooh, that goes nowhere. But Kamilla Cardoso gets the ball. Great rebound, by the way. Fantastic rebound. All these players are good rebounders, so I'm not going to compare the rebounding. They're all good. They're 6'7". They're good defense. They're good rebounders. But Kamilla, with three bodies on her, I mean, it makes sense, right? You have all these players, enormous gravity. Obviously, a player this tall, you want to make sure where she is at all times. Scouting report, obviously. With a player this tall, you're worried about the fact that she will power dribble, boom, and probably try to go ahead and just lay it up, right? Maybe power dribble, boom, then reverse layup and hit you. That's not Kamilla Cardoso. That's not what Kamilla does in this situation. Kamilla Cardoso, you DC. Oh, power dribble. But I want you to see this right here. Tessa Johnson right here on the perimeter, just fading away to this corner. Kamilla Cardoso, eyes up. She ain't looking at that basket. She is looking at who she can pass it to. A kick out perfectly to Tessa Johnson. She doesn't make them pay, but more times than not, she does. A great job by Kamilla Cardoso, always keeping her eyes up, even immediately after the rebound. And, one thing that makes Kamilla special, she can even make it off the touch pass right here. You see it right here. 5 different players collapsing on it. Kamilla, don't even let you think about it, right? I'm already looking at Bree Hall in the corner. Will Bree make them pay? Ooh, finally we get a shot to go down. We love to see it. Kamilla Cardoso, awareness. She just gets it. And you do see that with also Lauren Betts as well. Awareness is what these players do. Awareness, as you see right here, Lauren Betts, one thing she's going to do, she's going to seal. We're going to go to sealing next, trust and believe that. But she's going to seal, she's going to demand herself. And she got my girl, what's her name, Klubeck, in a cell right here. Hell in a cell. I'm not sure, I forget her name. Florida State transfer. Has her in Hell in a Cell, has a positioning on her, right? Has a size, has everything on her, right? So Lauren Betts should very obviously be looking to score, and she's very aggressive at positioning herself to make sure she can be. They aren't forgetting about her on the offense. They are not forgetting. You are not forgetting about Lauren Betts on the offense, and this defense knows I am not forgetting about Lauren Betts on the offense, because as soon as she catches, we have Poffenbarger, we have Dulce, we even have is this Bree McDaniels? I don't know if this is after Bree McDaniels got hurt or not, or if it's Sibiasu, but we have most of the team kind of aware what's going on. Where is she? What's going on with her? Lauren Betts doesn't even look towards the basket. She sees all this noise around her. She sees the fact that Gabriela Jaquez is curling around trying to get into the paint. You could pass it to her, but I'm not looking at that. Holds the ball up high. You're not stripping it away. Kiki Rice fading away. Swing pass to her. Kiki Rice decides to drive. Step back, passes Gabriela Jaquez. Can't get it done, but that's set up thanks to Lauren Betts just having her vision, right? You see this again. Let's see. Let's see this. This one, I'm not sure what I'm looking at here. I forgot this one. Lauren Betts back to the basket, right? Yeah, I like this one. I remember this one. Lauren Betts back to the basket. Lauren Betts back to the basket. She is working on Christina Iwala. Kennedy Todd Williams knows the fact that she's doing that. I am going to make sure that Lauren Betts does not get to me. Hey, but Kiki Rice in the corner, I guess she went ahead and took her chances. We don't want Lauren Betts scoring on her. Lauren Betts feels it instantly to Kiki Rice, makes them pay. Love to see it. Love to see the quick thinking of both of these players. Unusual for bigs. None of this shit is normal. This is not normal. We're not used to seeing this from bigs, players this size, but they just are so good. They have such great feel. And speaking about great feel, this is something that Kamilla Cardoso can't do. All right? Or I don't see a lot in Kamilla Cardoso's college game. All right? Not that she can't do. Don't see it a lot. It doesn't matter if the defense is facing towards her. She's facing towards the defense and kicking like we've seen from Kamilla and we saw earlier from Lauren. One thing Lauren can do, back to the basket. She sees the fact that all these players are around her and she receives the double team. Her awareness is so good, guys, that even while double teamed across the court, she knows that who is it? Dugalich is right here. Dugalich passes to her across the court because she saw it earlier, passes it back to Gabriela Jaquez. She's able to score down low. That is special vision, guys. I think that's why I lean slightly more to Lauren in the passing category. In terms of touch pass, Lauren Betts can do that too. So let's go ahead and get that out the way if you guys want to see that. Ooh, bonus pass. Oh, look at that. Touch pass. Double team comes. London Jones kicks it. Boom. 3 defenders on her. Goes ahead and kicks it. Lauren Betts can get the touch pass too. So they can all do amazing things for bigs. But I'm not going to lie. I lean slightly more to Lauren when it comes to passing ability, just because she does it with her back turned to the basket. She can still make cross-court passes, which is insane. Let's talk about why I feel like this comparison is insane. It's the effort. The effort of McCowan and Kamilla Cardoso and compared to Lauren Betts, I feel like it's incongruent. It's incongruent, and the clear loser in this situation in terms of effort is Teaira McCowan. Unfortunately, I think this is the reason why you don't see her in a WNBA uniform, or at least you didn't towards the end of the year. It's because of her effort, man. Let's look at this. We saw in the last clip where Lauren Betts, if she was in position, she's always fighting for position. She's always aggressive and always trying to make sure that she's established an offense. You're going to see her. She is going to demand, command for the ball. Teaira McCowan gets the ball and starts looking at the ref. She starts looking at the ref. You have her defender right here totally prepared for her to seal, but you can see that the play is also in part set up for Teaira McCowan to do something, and at least to see if she can go ahead and do something on her defender. Quite simply just doesn't get into good position and doesn't try to establish position on offense and be aggressive. Vivian's is unable to. I think that's Vivian's. I'm not sure. It depends on what year that is, but is unable to go ahead and hit that shot because of this. Now, is her effort all the way bad? No, it's not all the way bad. She wouldn't be in the WNBA if she wouldn't have ever been in the WNBA for several years if it wasn't all the way bad. I think her box out game is the reason why she has more rebounds than all of these players. She's very good at boxing the ball out, right? And you see this right here, getting position on her player, power dribble, gets the bucket and one, baby. This ain't to disrespect Teaira McCowan. Teaira McCowan still hoops, but at the same time, there's a level of dog that I'm constantly waiting for when it comes to Teaira McCowan. And you see this right here, her defender down low. She's not hurrying up. She's not rushing towards her defender. To be fair, maybe close out, you can end up getting a foul. This is early in the game. And she tends to foul a lot too. So I would just love to see, I don't know, some type of effort to even just spook the defender and make him second guess that she's coming. Teaira McCowan doesn't go towards the defender at all. Down low, that's your paint. You should have pride in making sure that nobody scores in it. But we're also going to see this right here too. Tennessee versus Mississippi State, right? This is during the year 3/08/19. This is 2019, right? Some of these are dummies. Yeah, some of these are dummies. I think this one is a dummy right here. Yeah, I don't think this one is a testament to the lack of effort. But you could just see it, generally speaking, just a lack of effort and awareness when it comes to Teaira McCowan down low. Just forget that clip ever existed, all right? No fight, though. No fight, no dog, all right? When it comes to Kamilla, there's a lot when it comes to her effort, but mainly it's this is coming with aggression, right? When I say aggression, because this is aggression tab, we're talking about aggression. Her lack of aggression shows in the fact that she just straight up does not look at the basket sometimes. She just straight up doesn't look at the basket sometimes, and that causes some concern for some issues, right? Not a great screen, but none of them are great screeners. So I decided not to harp on that. None of them are particularly great screeners. But Kamilla Cardoso catches this ball with 1 foot well within the paint at the second little tab right here. Has some relatively weak defensive attention. Her defender is giving her space because they want to make sure that she doesn't go ahead and drive the ball. Now, one thing I'll give credit for Teaira McCowan and also Lauren Betts is the fact that towards their end of their years, they're testing out the mid-range. They're shooting a mid-range. They're attempting the mid-range. Kamilla Cardoso doesn't even attempt to look at the rim, and I feel like that caused this issue right here because the defender can totally sag off you and just make it harder on Ashlyn Watkins if they know that you're not looking towards the basket. And Kamilla Cardoso, there are a lot of times where she has good position and she just decides to pass it out and set up a screen. Now, Bree Hall makes this because she's a fucking dog, okay? Bree Hall's a fucking dog. But at the same time, you just see the pass out too often for Kamilla Cardoso, and just her her MO not being scoring. Her MO not being scoring. And in fact, depending on what this is, what are we gonna see after this, right? Okay, not this one. But during this LSU versus South Carolina matchup, watch this game again. This one, January 25th. This game was fantastic. This is a very good game. I was watching all these games, and most of them I tried to stay like on task, but this one I went ahead and I watched it because it was just cinema. Kamilla Cardoso, 0 points, well within the game. You see it right here on the scoreboard, well within this game. She was not scoring a lot at all. Angel Reese was really just being a nuisance to her the entire time. And Kamilla Cardoso was effectively just dismissible in this game. I have a lot more Teaira McCowan looks about her lack of aggression, but I think you get the point with Teaira McCowan. Going all the way to Lauren Betts, though, we'll see more examples of just Kamilla Cardoso, unfortunately, not looking towards the rim. But let's look at the aggression that Lauren Betts has. It was very palpable from the beginning of her junior year. And I think this Maryland game is a good example of the constant aggression that you see. Her aggression is what causes this kick-out situation, because she is insisting the fact that, boom, it was sealed. I sealed the defender. I'm going ahead and I'm creating plays because of the fact that, because she's constantly asking for the ball. In fact, actually, let's go to that, because one thing that I talked about that I liked about this clip, and I noted about it, we saw this earlier, but it's not about the touch pass and kick out. It's not about that. It's about the fact that how many times in the possession you see Lauren Betts demand the ball that we don't see with Kamilla Cardoso. One time, right? They're doing the play one time, twice, right? Twice right here. She ends up getting it, kicks it out, boom, and gets it. Okay, this is the wrong clip. I'm so sorry. There is a possession. I'm sorry, this is the wrong clip. Dang it. I'm sorry. Is it this clip? I don't know how they got in there times 2. I don't know how they got in there times 2. But like, she just demands the ball on the inside. We're gonna see it later. Unfortunately, I didn't have the best examples, but you see her right here. Boom, seals and gets it inside. She demands the ball. She commands the ball. Splits the defenders. We're gonna see more about Lauren and her commanding of the ball a little bit later. I apologize. That one didn't have a lot on Lauren. Seeing as though I had to basically I did this anyway, I decided to insert this list. Not posthumously, no one died, after the fact, and insert this in. This is another play just to basically prove to the fact that Lauren is aggressive in multiple games, because I really did just like Maryland pill. It was a lot of fucking Maryland last time. So this is I mentioned to open the season. She was aggressive versus Louisville. Might as well insert it, right? You can see this in real time, her realizing this is just court awareness as well, IQ. She's going down the court, she peeks into the front court, and she sees the fact, oh crap, I am taller than all of these women. I could take advantage, so let me do that, right? She peeks back, she sees one more time. Yeah, advantage mismatch. Let me go on in. Let me go in on the inside. And what does she do exactly? Immediately initiates contact with her defender, puts her body onto her defender to try to go ahead and seal her off. For whatever reason, throughout this, I apologize. It was late as hell while I was recording it, and it's late now. That's why my voice is so low. But I said seal a couple times and I meant post, so I apologize. But anyway, there she is. She seals her opponent. This time she is sealing him in the post. Good post entry pass by Gabriela Jaquez. Lauren Betts is just fouled. So yeah, I mean, you see this throughout the game. The aggression is all over the place. You see it right here too. This is a play that's obviously set for her to be aggressive. initiates contact, gets very good low post entry because she puts her body on her defender. She establishes position. She's strong as hell, and she's super coordinated. So power dribble, ducks in between the opponents, doesn't have to finish. That's something that she needs to fix. Just finishing through traffic a little bit more, but they're all growing people like we are in the world. So just a little quick insert, seeing as though I have to edit this anyway. Yeah. Well, let's talk a little bit about ceiling, right? Because I feel like this is where you just see it a lot in Lauren's game. Let's compare Teaira McCowan and Kamilla Cardoso in their ceiling, right? Because you see a lot of that in Lauren's game. The ceiling, well, in this one, Teaira McCowan just kind of elbows her defender in the face, right? Yeah, maybe that's not fair to Teaira McCowan, all right? She just kind of elbows her in the face, okay? All right, cool. But there are other plays like this one where you can see, like, just like not a lot of effort in this one. Voiceover inception right now. Teaira McCowan could have put her body inside of A'ja Wilson and created, a seal to get her out the play, totally establish herself towards the rim, and it would have been completely open, baseline completely open to her body. But instead, she lets A'ja Wilson pull the chair, and you'll see it again pretty soon. She's not commanding it. She's not leading this. She's not in charge of this. And A'ja's able to pull the chair not once, but then she's also able to pull the chair, as you see a little bit of shuffling around. Teaira McCowan, she's going to get back to position. She pulls the chair again. And so Teaira McCowan, it's just heady plays by A'ja Wilson, you could say. And you could say that. Absolutely. But this is where you see just Teaira McCowan just get outworked down low, out-sealed down low, just ceiling. Just the ceiling is not the roof when it comes to this right here. Is a national championship game. Yes, this is the national championship game. Oh no, this is not. This is the Final Four. This is the Morgan Williams shot, guys. If you haven't watched this, watch this whole game, by the way. There's fun all around. There's like Dak Prescott in the crowd. There's like Morgan Tuck and Stewie in the crowd. It's great stuff. You have Sue. Anyway, great stuff. I love these throwback games. But you're seeing a much smaller, again, this is what, like a 6'2", 6'3", Napheesa Collier on Teaira McCowan, and Napheesa Collier is pushing her out of position. There is no reason why Teaira McCowan has the strength, the size, and the height, and Napheesa Collier is just outworking her for position and getting her out of the block, bro. I am telling you, the amount of work that Napheesa Collier has done, of course, Teaira McCowan still makes the shot because she's bigger than everybody else. It's her size that creates that easy bucket. But there are munchkins on this UConn team, and I think Teaira McCowan ended up with like a decent game, like about 20 points. She ended up sitting a lot of time. But UConn was able to really make good work of her because of the fact that, like, this is Gabby Williams, right? Gabby Williams, even smaller than Napheesa Collier, strong. Let's not underestimate her strength, but when it comes to position, Teaira McCowan realized, okay, I need a sturdier base. I need to get lower to establish this seal. All right, I need to get lower. I'm going to outwork her. But Gabby Williams, one of the best glue players of all time, in my mind, watching women's college basketball. Okay, not of all time. Theatrics. I'm exaggerating here. But Gabby's just able to go ahead, outwork her, and then boom, when it looks like that entry pass is gonna come, she just goes ahead. You will not pass me. You will not get position on me. She actually fronts her a little bit. Great job just outworking her when it comes to position. She pushes her out the way like she's in a lunchroom. Get your weight up, boy. Pushes her out the way. She got her spinning. No reason that happens when someone that big, someone your size. I know Gabby is small, is a big person, but there's no reason why that happens. Now Kamilla Cardoso can also kind of get pushed around a little bit. Oh, what is this? Okay. All right. It wasn't showing well. Get me out of this potato life, please. All right, good. All right. Kamilla Cardoso trying to go ahead and establish herself, right? Oh, she travels. Oh, okay. All right. I need to replay more of that to see. All right. Before the travel, you can see her like try to work and try to get ceiling position or whatever. Not very sturdy, not very stable. She goes ahead and she does a decent job. Great job for a defender fighting back out of it, right? Making it hard for her. But she's pushed around a little bit more. Now, this is a bigger woman. I don't remember her name. I'm sorry. I don't remember her name. But down low, she's able to go ahead and fight with Kamilla down low to make sure that is not very good as she is, okay? We also see another one right here. I have several examples. I won't inundate you with all of them, right? I don't even know why I have this one here because Kamilla Cardoso is not in the game right now. So I'm not sure. Angel, no good. Okay, I'm not sure why that's there. Let's see if we can get one more example from all of these. Some of them I have dummy links, so I can just go ahead and make a fool of myself. Kamilla Cardoso, I feel like this is a one where she really needed to just go ahead and take it here. We'll get to more of the offensive aggression too, but this is one where like if Kamilla just like sunk herself more into her defender, she would have got a better look. Instead, she goes into a face up right here. Not necessarily a bad thing, because she can face up. She tries to reseal here, and then she's also just pushed out the paint. You can move her around a little bit more than you can Lauren because of the fact that she doesn't really like establish herself. She doesn't get that low. You saw the fact that earlier with Gabby Williams, how like Teaira was basically sitting in that thing. A little bit higher up is Kamilla Cardoso, so you're able to push her out of position. That you're seeing it right there from her, that defender in Tennessee. Ends up being a turnover for the entire team. But this is one where it turns into not just aggression, but also effort and also sealing, right? This is like, if you could, this is Kamilla Cardoso in one sentence right here, this one play. This is so great. Kamilla Cardoso doesn't really try to like get in position. She's like laughing as well. I don't have a problem with that. But like she doesn't really try to like, boom, I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna establish myself, I'm gonna get to it, I'm gonna be tough, boy, I'm gonna meet you at the attack point. Because this is what this play is setting up to be, to where we saw that with Lauren, where the defense collapses on you and you kick out to all these wonderful shooters. Instead, Kamilla Cardoso like decides to set a screen, and you know, it's again that lack of aggression and letting everybody else do it that you see a lot in her tape, and quite frankly you don't really see a lot of in Lauren Betts' tape. That's why I take umbrage to the comparison, and the main reason I took umbrage to the comparison, although they are closer than I realized. But we will be seeing this play. Please, YouTube, actually fucking work. No potato quality for me. It's not in potato quality, but you're seeing it right here. This is, again, beautiful matchup between these two. As I talked about, Angel Reese is all about sealing her defenders. That's how she ends up winning. And guess what? Lauren Betts pulls an Angel Reese and tries to, again, this is 6'7", getting as low as a 6'4" player, bro. As 6'4", 6'3" player, getting lower than Angel Reese, because we know that leverage is so important. Look at the butt is down here. Angel's butt is up here because she knows how important defensive leverage is. This is how Angel Reese gets a lot of her buckets. This is how Lauren Betts is going to get this bucket, getting down low, sealing off her defender, getting the leverage towards the basket. All I have to do is turn around, finish over 3 different defenders. You say she isn't tough. She got a bucket and one bucket against one of the toughest players that this conference has ever seen in Angel Reese. Okay? You say this isn't, you say she isn't tough. That's tough right here. I also want to turn your attention to this. Look at this right here. I would also like to turn your attention to YouTube actually working, please. All right, turn your attention to this. This is great. I love this right here. It essentially becomes a squatting contest. Who can squat the lowest? Both of these women trying to go ahead and out leverage each other because whoever's the lowest tends to sometimes win. Unfortunately, both of them got their shot blocked because of sometimes turning around and having the ball too low because they were still positioned low. But typically speaking, if you can seal off your defender and get lower and get that leverage, oh boy, it's time. Barbecue chicken alert. They both know it. And that's why this contest was so good, because they're both trying to out squat each other, bro. This is good shit, man. Good cinema. Watch this if you can, just to watch the battle between Lauren Betts and also Angel Reese. It was a fun one, right? If you're looking for total games, though, you got to go back to that South Carolina versus LSU game. Offensive looks. This is where we're wrapping it up because we're just talking about the types of offensive looks. And this is where the biggest difference between the three, besides the aggression, kind of comes in. Now, I want to give some respect to Teaira McCowan's name. And I did say this earlier, that she can and she does and she has tried to hit a jump shot. She has tried to hit jump shots, and you're seeing it right here. Look, boom, a jump shot, ho. Look at that free throw line range. I love to see it. We kind of see this sometimes, or kind of saw it sometimes. In Dallas, she didn't do it a lot, but at least she's looking towards that, and that creates better opportunities for her, even though she's not really a driver, right? Now, Teaira as good off doubles as everyone else, as the other two? I wouldn't say so, right? I wouldn't say so. As you see it right here, this is that the seal play that we saw earlier. Gabby Williams still doing an excellent job right here. Teaira, you saw that getting down that low, making your body wide, making your base wide so you can get that leverage. Sit down and sink into your defender. Kate Lou Samuelson comes in, plays good defense. Isn't as good as finishing over the doubles. You can find stuff like this throughout their games, but yeah, you see that. Mainly, though, what you see from Teaira McCowan, they all have gravity because they're 6'7", they're all tall. You mainly see buckets that are set up very nicely from the defense, or you see just easy buckets that are, set up because of great plays and just, being taller than everybody else. You do see a lot of that, unfortunately, for Teaira McCowan, which explains why she wasn't able to create for herself in the league as much, right? Now, Kamilla Cardoso is something I want to see her indulge more of in Chicago. And this is something she didn't do a lot at NC State. But she still has the ability to do this, and she can still bust out a ton of post moves. And in this game in particular, right? I watched a lot of her games. I didn't see her go back to the basket a lot. Most of it was face up. But she definitely has back to the basket in her arsenal. This was the prettiest thing I saw. Ooh, step through on River Baldwin, bro. That is like river. That is like water. Let's look at that one more time because that's just so pretty. She gets a good seal, goes ahead, operates, steps through the defense. Nia Rivers, a good defender lurking on her right there. Still steps through and makes it happen anyway. Post-work bag does exist for Kamilla Cardoso, and we are going to see it. Let's get this potato quality out of Dodge right here. Going ahead, decides, I don't like this look. Goes ahead, reestablishes herself. 2 dribbles, then goes ahead and uses the glass. There is some post-bag work to Kamilla. My personal favorite way to see Kamilla Cardoso create, though, because she's so athletic, I really like it when she puts the ball on the floor and she really just goes towards the basket. That's my favorite way of seeing Kamilla Cardoso operate. Here she is going towards the basket, and she just finishes over the defense. Now, she does have some skill into her game. She does have some moves to her game as well. She's really great. But the thing that makes that you wish more from Kamilla, it all goes back to like just sometimes she just not look towards the basket. And this is a good example of that right here. If she were more offensively aggressive, she can end up scoring more points. She has the lowest career high out of the crop, only 14.4 compared to like 18 something for both Lauren Betts and Teaira McCowan. Because of stuff like this, goes ahead, does the screen, right? Tries to establish herself down low. And kind of does. She goes ahead, boom, sets the steal, good. And then she like kind of acts like she's looking towards the basket. But in reality, she's just, again, we talked about this earlier. She loves to set up these screens and passes out of winning situations a lot of time. Boom, you have all this space to operate. You can drive towards the basket and make things a problem. And she kicks it out. Yeah, you kick it out. Why, Kamilla? Why? You had all this space. Defenders nowhere close to you. If you don't want to do the jump shot, I get it. You don't have a good jump shot. I get it. But then go ahead and drive towards the basket. You have an open lane. You can go ahead. I think she can finish with her left hand. Go ahead and make a left-handed layup. Suck in the defense and then kick it out. But instead, she does not look towards the basket at all. And it makes it harder on her whole defense because she catches the ball. I guess she does kind of look at the basket. I'm not sure if she's looking instead of Tessa Johnson, but she immediately kicks it out. And it makes it that much harder. Thankfully, Lay, and well, no, not even thankfully, Lay didn't hit the floater, and the defense would have collapsed on you if you instead drove through the basket. One of the most vexing things about Kamilla Cardoso is the lack of aggression, and that there are times where you wish you had more offensively, and it's not because of an inability. It's just that she just does it. She just does it. Meanwhile, we know that UCLA does run a lot of plays for Lauren to score. I don't feel like that is something that is worthwhile of diving our time into or wasting our time discussing. But it all goes back to this Maryland game. I'm sorry. I just like this is where I had a lot of close, but it's all over her tape, not just from the Maryland game, right? But you see right here, she gets the ball. There are 3 different defenders shading on her. But Lauren Betts still believes that she can win this battle and matchup because she can. She splits the defenders despite the fact that she has 3 different jerseys around her, and she's still aggressive and trying to get the bucket. Does she get the bucket? No, she doesn't. But she's still aggressive at trying to get the bucket. You see right here, she is working on her mid-range jump shot. You see it right here. This is at LSU, and this is something that she's working on to this day. She is working out on going ahead and getting this jump shot together, right? She's working on it. Is it all the way good yet? In my opinion, needs more work. But I think that she has decent touch to where it can actually expand. And here, here's just dismissing a lot of things that I hear about her, right? I've heard that Lauren Betts, and we just saw it recently, that she can't navigate double teams very well. We've seen it several times in this footage, but let's go ahead and see another rematch battle against LSU. 3 different players on her, still finishing the ball. I've heard a lot of people say that Lauren Betts, she is not tough. She's not tough. And to me, I don't know where that comes from because, man, she went through a hell of a lot of bigs and SEC opponents during her tournament run. They went against Maddie Dugan, who's tall. They went against tough SEC opponents that are tall in Ole Miss. And here you go, Samaya Smith, one of the best defenders in the country, or at least she was last year. Flajay Johnson, another very sneakily good defender as a post player. She has blocked Lauren Betts before. She probably was thinking about blocking her again. And you have Anisha Moore lurking, right? Lauren Betts, the first time, doesn't end up working it. Really, just bad shot over here. But finds her own rebound. Now you have Flajay on you. Now you have Anisha on you. Working through the double. Still being tough. Anisha all over you. And 1, baby. And 1. Tough bucket. You say that she doesn't have any toughness. I don't see it. Okay, can she work through multiple defenders? Okay, this is a common question I have, and we hear from Lauren Betts. You see this right here against Richmond, tall bodies all around there, very tall team. Not as a big a team, but still tough team. The whole team looking at her. 4 people actually delve on her, and guess what? She finishes, goes ahead. She goes ahead, whips through it, and finishes with the right hand. We'd love to see it, right? I've also seen complaints about the fact, oh man, Lauren Betts, man, she just don't have a post bag. She don't really have anything in her post bag. Oh, okay, right? Go ahead, faces up, goes ahead, faces up, gets in good position, fights through the contact because he's hitting the face right too, right? So there's toughness, and finishes over Christina Iwala. Shout out to Christina Iwala. She's having a great year, by the way. Shout out to her, right? I also said again, the footwork. What does she have in the bag? I'm not sure that Lauren Betts has a bag. All she does is seal, and all she does is seal and score points. She don't really do nothing like that. Look at this fadeaway. Hit you off the fadeaway. Deep positioning, hit you off the fadeaway. Lauren Betts, I think she has a little bit of a bag. A little bit of a bag, maybe a little bit more of a bag. Okay, look at this. Down low, get thrown off, still keeps her balance. That's one thing I didn't give enough credit for her. Like, she keeps her balance very well, way better than Kamilla Cardoso and Teaira McCowan. She just keeps steady feet. Like, she keeps her base solid, and she's able to work through contact or play. You've seen Kamilla like get pushed out of her spot. Teaira McCowan get pushed out of her spot. Teaira McCowan and also KK Deans try to push her out of her spot. Does not happen. Strong hand, strong catch. She's able to go ahead and reestablish her balance, get herself balanced, and still bust a move. Power dribble, hit you with a shake. No, we going to the left instead. Finishes with the left hand. Stare at it a little bit because you know you like the lefty. But you can finish off your left hand. Can you finish off both your shoulders? Get that shit out my face. Of course, Lauren Betts can finish off of both shoulders. Let's see this play right here. It's not on the screen that I want it to be, but we gonna watch it anyway. Lauren Betts getting into position right here. Does the same move. Fake right, go. Fake left, go right. Boom, bow. Same move, just a different way. Out here trying to get it each and every way. And she is doing that, all right? You also have a nice little, okay, she can do all that. She also has a, I don't even know what this is, right? I don't even know what this is. Okay, she gets a rebound, and we watching this play together. I actually don't even know what this is. We are watching this together, America. Or other people across the world, because the women's basketball community is bigger than the United States of America. Okay, you're all important and matter and are lovely. She fights for positioning. Okay, I don't even know what this is, actually. I think that was a mistake. Okay. That was a mistake. But again, going back to the fact that she's working on her 2-pointer, and we see it right here. This is the only clip that I have of her senior year. Is working on that 2-pointer. You see this against Oklahoma. Now, again, is she hitting it to the rate that I would like it to? No problem. No, but she's working on it. We talked about her gravity. But when in doubt, when you say she's not tough, when you say she doesn't have a bag, when you say that all she does is seal, guess what? Lauren Betts' favorite player is Aaliyah Boston, and she uses them bows, baby. Throw them bows. She is from the Aaliyah Boston school of how to get it done down low. We are throwing them bows, baby. Get into it, yeah. Samaya Smith, welcome to the People's Elbow Destination. Lauren Betts bucket, baby. I love Aaliyah Boston, and I love Lauren Betts, by the way. But I can tell she's her favorite player, buddy. It would not be a boardy breakdown if we don't have a little bit of fun in the process. But yeah, guys, ultimately speaking, Lauren Betts, she's that girl. Lauren Betts is that girl. And I feel like we do too much. We talk too much. We talk too much about her, and we say that she isn't good. And maybe maybe you guys just aren't good at evaluating women's basketball. I understand the breakdown that said that she had a low amount of points against SDC opponents. She struggled against Madison Beers. I'm sorry, I'm confusing the two. Against Olaker, and she also struggled against Reagan Beers. I get it, right? You could say Lauren Betts was hurt, and I do believe she was hurt against Texas. I do not believe that she was hurt against Reagan Beers. But this UCLA team lived by her and died by her last year. This UCLA team is trying to provide other ways of scoring outside of Lauren Betts Save Me, and we're seeing great results from it. UCLA is passing the ball better. We have career highs from Kiki Rice, from Gabriella Hawkes, from Gianna Nipkins. Not career highs, but she's still going ahead, and Gianna Nipkins is hovering around the 14-point mark. Everybody's shooting, everybody's hooping for that team, and they're trying to create a diverse offense in which Lauren Betts is not the heliocentric person you live and die by. But does this mean that she will get worse numbers? Absolutely. Does this mean that she'll probably get a lot of defensive attention until those other players start to heat up in the middle of the game? Absolutely it will. But when it comes to the comparison between Teaira McCowan, between Kamilla Cardoso, and between Lauren Betts, when it comes to the counts for Teaira McCowan, no, that is objected, denied, not guilty. They are not similar. But when it comes to Kamilla and Lauren, similar. Very good passers. Can work with their back to the basket, and do have a little bit of facelift game. I didn't show Lauren's facelift game. I didn't get those clips, but she is working on it. And we've seen a little bit of it. But generally speaking, Kamilla is more of a face-up player. Lauren more to a back to the basket player. My biggest umbrage when it comes to comparing Kamilla Cardoso and Lauren Betts as players is the proof is in the pudding. The aggression when it comes to offense. There are several times that Kamilla Cardoso, even to this day, still does not look at the basket to score. As a big woman, as a 7-footer, or damn near close to 6'7", you need to be able to at least look at the basket to throw your defenders off and to create some better looks for you, because she's a hell of a passer. If she just even throws them off by looking at the basket and decides to kick it, you open up your offense a lot more. And I think that that's where we're going to see Lauren Betts shine in ways that Kamilla Cardoso is not currently in the Chicago Sky. That aggression, that effort, and really insistence to constantly remain the focus of the offense will end up lending to her favor more. And we've already seen this with the point totals. Kamilla Cardoso averaged 14.4 her senior year. Lauren Betts' junior year is in the 18s. You see, I don't know, it's only 4 points per game more, but you see the offensive dominance with a lot more gravity that Lauren is able to have over the other two. So, is it a good comparison? No. Should people stop saying it? Yes. But will people start saying it just because of 6'7", yes. And I hate them for it. I hate them for it so much. When people compare the two, I don't get it, but hey, what do you guys think? Let me know. My name is Bordy McBoard. I am a reporter in the Atlanta area, and I'm a knower of women's basketball. If you love women's basketball, if you want me to keep on doing things like this, please say something down below. We can investigate some of the other players in the league. I also have a Twitch stream, twitch.tv/BordyMcBoard, BordyMcBored. It's spelled the exact same way. My username is on YouTube, and it should be in the link down below. That is where we talk about the latest and greatest in women's college basketball. And get ready, because it's conference time, so that means that we're about to see some cinema on screen. But also, please do not forget about the fact that we are also off of a very great interview. I interviewed the great Ari Chambers and really dove into her personal life. So go ahead and check out that interview. It should be popped up somewhere on the screen, I'm sure, at this point. I love you guys. I will see you soon. If you want more stuff, check out all my socials for more information. Please tell me if you want more. Please check out the Ari Chambers interview. And yeah, just because players are the same height doesn't mean they're the same player. But at the same time, we all love a good 6'7"